Hi everyone, this is Alicia. I just wanted to pop on because I think that the few of you that are already on are maybe new to our Community Fit program. So just want to let you know that class starts at 12:15. We always open up the Zoom room at around noon. That's just to help people kind of get situated, starting their lunch break, grabbing their towels, water, whatever they feel that they need, just getting situated. So even though the Zoom room opens up at noon, we do start class at 12:15. So I'm going to pop on and I will show my face at about probably 12:10 today and give a little introduction to James, who will come on and be your instructor for today for Move Lab Foundation. So excited that you're here. Just hang tight and we will get started shortly. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Community Fit, our spring 2023 session. I realize this is, we're starting our 6th year of Community Fit. So James has been here with us for 6 years teaching these classes now. We're working on our 6th year. So excited about that. I'm so happy you guys are here today. We have a great session in store for you for the next several weeks. We're doing on Tuesdays our Move Lab Foundations class, on Thursdays our Move Lab Dynamics class, and on Fridays our Reset and Restore class. All classes will start at 12:15. James will be our instructor for all of them. As always, you are welcome to chat with me, or if Raymond is online too, during the class, and then James will be happy to answer any questions that you have afterwards. Let's see what else. It's been a while. We do have recordings on our YouTube channel. So if you ever miss a class, you could go find some former classes to make up for that. And what else? Oh, we're doing a little different this time. We're going to give some really good variety between the Move Lab Foundations and Dynamics class, in that each month we're going to focus on a different part of the body. So for the Foundations class, which you're starting today, we're starting with lower body for the month of April. Then we'll move into upper body in May, and then whole body in June. For Dynamics on Thursday, we're going to switch that around. We'll start with upper body this month, lower body next month, and then full body in June. So if you can't pop into one class or another, or if you know you want to work on a specific thing related to upper or lower body, then just go ahead and pop into any of those classes. With that, I'm going to hand it over to James. Thank you so much, James, for being here. It's good to see you. Have a great class.
Thank you, Alicia. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another series of Community Fit. Thank you, Alicia, for setting the context. And as she said, welcome to Move Lab Foundations. We're going to be exploring lower body stuff this month, and then switching it for next month and the following month. Move Lab Foundations versus Move Lab Dynamic. For the Foundations course, we're going to take things a lot slower. We're going to go a little more detailed. We're going to be more particular. And who Move Lab Foundations is for? Well, the real answer is everybody, but especially people who might be returning from an injury, might be entering into the movement practice for the first time in a long time, or who are just really movement curious about laying some really good foundations for good movement patterns all along. We're starting with the lower body here because good foundations in the low body is really what creates better foundations all the way through the body. If you're just joining us for Move Lab or Community Fit for the first time ever, welcome, welcome. I'm your host, James. And we always start with the same stuff in Move Lab. We're going to start off with like a little bit of a breathing practice, a little bit of a nervous system warm-up, because movement is designed to positively stress the body. You're going to end up stressing out your nervous system when you move. It's a good thing. Actively choosing to stress out your nervous system builds capacity and resilience within the nervous system. If you want to know more about nervous system and taking that explicitly, that's what Fridays are for. But to get started with today, we're going to start off with my favorite breathwork technique, something you're going to see from me over and over and over again, the physiological sigh. And then we're going to go into 3 very simple nervous system regulating practices that we'll revisit throughout the practice today and throughout our time together for the totality of Community Fit. So physiological sigh, super, super simple. It's an inhale, exhale, double inhale, single exhale. If you can go in through the nose, out through the mouth, all the better. First inhalation is usually bigger, followed by a shorter secondary inhale, exaggerated long exhalation. We're going to do 3 rounds, but before we do it together, I'll demonstrate what it might sound and look like for you. Again, inhale, exhale. 3 times together. 2 more. One more. Now, if that feels really good, keep doing that. If not, bring your hands together, get them warmed up. We're going to place our nice warm hands either on the throat, the jaw, the chest, the belly, or anywhere that feels like maybe it needs a little attention, right? So where for you today feels like it's calling for a little bit of warmth, a little bit of touch, just be there. And just notice what it feels like to be touched. It's kind of a you're doing in your receiving moment. I'm doing the touching, I'm also receiving touch. Can you tune in to what it feels like to be touched? Now, if that feels really good, keep doing that thing. Or begin to just look around your room. We're going to go into what's called the orientation practice. And I encourage you to go slowly, like you're receiving things in the room. And can you notice your room objectively versus subjectively? Objective viewing would sound a lot like I see a plant, in a mirror, in a clock, in a water cooler, versus there's something in the corner that needs to be cleaned, or there's a person I really like or don't like over there. You're just noticing things that are in the room. So you can be doing a breathing thing, you can do a touch thing, you can look around, all things your nervous system likes, or you can begin to rock side to side. Just a little lateral swaying. It can be big. We'll get into that in the future. We'll get into seaweed spine and falling practice and all of that. But for right now, this is just lateral swaying, right and left. It could even be small. Then let's bring the hands together, get them warmed up. Sit however you'd like. If you ever see me sitting some way or doing something, that's for my body. I'm demoing the movement practice as it is on my body. Here's the thing about Move Lab. There's no right or wrong way to move. It's just simply choices and options. So if you're like, I can't sit like that, maybe grab a chair, maybe grab a pillow, maybe choose a different way to sit. If you really like a practice, if you really like a movement pattern we're doing and it feels really good, maybe you keep doing that thing. If you feel like you need a break, maybe take a break. If you feel like you need the breathing practice or a touch or to look around at any time, do that. I'll be triggering those things along the way, but you have choice here. So we're going to take our left foot and our right hand. We're going to interlace fingers into toes. And maybe for some of you, this is enough. Maybe this feels like a great big stretch onto that. If not, we're going to take and do some circles here. Notice how I'm getting my whole body into this, upper body and lower body moving. Turns out that massage is movement. It's you actively moving something that wouldn't normally move that way, and then reverse. And all exercises is sort of an active form of massage. They're really related. And then let's do the other side. Taking opposite hand to opposite foot, interlacing fingers and toes to the best of your ability. Just getting a little bit of movement into the foot and the ankle. No, it's not this, right? It's shoulder and body moving. And then reverse. Good. Now, sit however you'd like. Again, you can sit in a chair and have your foot up on a table. You can sit like I'm sitting up. You can recline, whatever works best for you. But we're going to work with our feet. We're going to start down at the bottom. We're going to do a point, and then we're going to do a flex. And there's a point, and there's a flex. Now, do the point. Take a look at your toes. Are your toes scrunched over, or are they long? Could you make your toes long? Take a look at your feet. Is one kind of turned out or crooked? movement is actually not that difficult. What we're using a lot as movement teachers is our eyes. Does it look pleasing? Does it look coordinated? Does it look as good as it can get in that moment? So take a look at your feet, take a look at your legs, take a look at your body. Does that look relatively pleasing? Or can you make an adjustment? And then as you flex, take a look. Does it look like the toes are long or are they curled back? Is your foot sickled or twisted or turned out? Or are they like two posts going up? Can they be more straight? And then point, look at your toes, look at your lines, and then flex. Now, perfection is not the goal. You're just getting curious. If that thing is not pleasing to my eyes or feels, not quite like I'd like it to feel, what choices can you make? How can you get a little curious about doing something else to move more in the right direction? Meaning it looks better, it feels better. Then point, squeeze the toes over, curl the toes, keep them curled, and now flex. And watch your feet go a little bit crazy here. Totally fine. Point, and then flare the toes. From there, point the foot, curl, flex the feet, relax the toes, pull the toes back towards the kneecaps. Point with the ball of the foot, toes go over, flex the feet, pull the toes towards the knees. Point, curl, pull, back. Two more. Then, with just the ankles, make some little circles here. Feet point away from each other, towards each other. Take a look at your knees. Your knees should be relatively still. And then reverse. Then make a different choice. Knees, toes, whole legs, rotate out, point, look at each other. Now I'm getting that movement from my hip joint. Now you can continue to sit like this. You can come up here. Again, you could do one foot at a time. And then reverse. In, relaxed. Bend your left knee. Let your left leg open and bring it back. You're going to watch from the front. And here, left leg opens and comes back. Take a look at my foot. See how my foot isn't sliding and moving? My foot goes from flat-footed to outside edge, back to flat foot. Flat-footed, outside edge. I could be seated up tall here. I could be seated in a chair or on a bench and do this. Now go to the outside edge of the foot. That's knee open. Make the foot try to find the floor, and that's what brings the knee back. How long can the full foot hold on to the floor before it opens up? Again, taking a look at my bent knee. That foot really tries to hold onto the floor and then gives up. The foot looks for the floor. So we're really concentrating on the bottom of the foot, the sole of your foot, and its relationship to the floor. And then do the other side. It might be enough for your body today to concentrate on this. This might be enough work. Or you may want to concentrate on keeping that foot connected to the floor. Foot goes to look for the floor. Foot tries to stay on the floor. Now, for some of you, that's probably enough. If not, Ending with right leg. Right leg comes to the side. Can I sit on both butt cheeks? Release, reset. Other leg goes to the side. Notice how I have to kind of weight shift over to the opposite side, but can I come back to mostly both butt cheeks? Going, waiting. Going over here, weight shifting back. It's often helpful here to keep your foot hard flexed, flat-footed. Now, if you can do that, can this leg go to this side and then this knee bend? Back out, back out. Leg comes to the side, other one comes in front. Trying to find both sit bones to the best of your ability today. Back and back. Here, here. Out, out. Here, here. Out, out. Here, here. Out, out. Now, choice. Keep doing that. Revert back to one of the others. If you need a break, take a break. You've already seen me demonstrate a couple of different options with arms. Let's get explicit with it now. I can use one or both arms to brace and balance. I get more core work if I don't use my arms. If I have to navigate all of this movement, keeping myself upright, strictly using some ab muscles. Turns out crunches, sit-ups are not the only way, not even the best way to work your abs. Now, hold, be here, continue, do what you'd like, or follow me. Both arms go behind. Both feet stay relatively in their position. Knees go to the other side. 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 Notice again, I'm not moving my feet. That's why we sort of sequenced this the way we did. Feet stay more or less where they're at. Now, you don't have to do this. This is so difficult. Your body's like, nope, not today, it's not. Pick one of the others. They all lead into this. Maybe it's just the knee. Maybe it's switching the legs. Maybe it's just moving the feet right now. Now, stay here. Make your feet look for the ground. How long can your feet stay connected to the floor before they release? Feet look for the ground and then move. Feet look for the ground and move. Feet, feet. Stay there, or what if you liberated one hand? Meaning that hand can go wherever it wants to go. It's just not connected to the ground. One more. And then make a different choice. Other arm. One more. Now, take a breather. Maybe sit in a different way. Maybe right now is a good time for rocking. Maybe it's a good time for breathing or orientation. When you're ready, go ahead and lie all the way down. Once you're down, get your feet somewhere underneath you that feels relatively comfortable. We're going to play with different foot positions, but we're going to go into some bridging. So a classic bridge looks a lot like this. I go up and I come back down. But in Move Lab, we have some thought process behind it. I don't float up. I don't magically go up. In order to go up, I have to push down. So my feet feel into the floor, my hands feel into the floor. I push down to go up. Now I can stop there, or I can push down more and keep going up more. And then I resist coming back down. I push down to go up. And then I go back down. That's all you really have to know. I push down to go up, and then I resist gravity on the way back down. And we have some options. I can go up in what's called the plank bridge, where all of my back leaves and all of my back and hips come down at the same time. Or I can do articulated. I go up and I come down rib by rib, vertebra by vertebra, all the way down. Play with those. Planked, up and down, or articulated. I can come up one at a time and go back down one at a time. Guess what? Neither one is right, because neither one is wrong. It's just options. I'm up and then I'm down. Now, if that's enough for you to sort of play with, keep playing with that. Or I can bring my feet closer together and I go up and I go back down. I can leave my right foot there and move my left foot somewhere else. And I go up and I go back down. I could choose a different thing with my feet. Up and back down. Different, I go up and I go back down. I can even use my feet differently. I can bring them back underneath me. I could go tiptoe, up and back down. I could go flat-footed and lift my toes off the floor. I go up and I go back down. One more of whatever you decide to do. I go up and I go back down. In with your arms wide, your knees and feet together. Drop your knees to the left and then bring it back. Over to the right. Bring it back. One more to the left. One more to the right. Back to the center. Drop them whichever direction faces the video screen and turn over onto your side, looking at the screen. Keep your knees and your feet bent. Hold there. I'm going to keep my feet touching my feet. And I'm going to let the top knee lift and come back down. So you can see I'm not going here. I'm not askew. I've got my feet touching my feet and back down. Now, for some people, that might be enough. Or we might want to get curious. Is my top hip on top of my bottom hip, or does it roll back? Experiment with that. How does it feel different if I let my hip roll back versus my hips stacked? Now, that might be enough. Or we may want to do, I lovingly call it puppy at a fire hydrant. I'm going up and I'm back down. Noticing as I go up, do I roll back or do I stay stacked? And how are they different? One more. From there, use your arms, sit up, throw the legs around to the other side, and here we are. Stacked, knee goes up and back down. Checking in, what does it feel like to roll back, meaning top hip goes behind bottom hip, versus hip staying stacked? And just play with that. What feels different? Which one feels more like a movement practice? And which one is you just kind of going through the motions? And then Puppy at a fire hydrant. Two more. Rolling onto your stomach. Crisscross the arms, lay the legs straight, and just get really aware of the front of your hips. Front of my hip joints don't need to push into the floor, but they don't get to lift away. They stay as close to the floor as they are right now. One knee is going to bend, and then it's going to go straight. Other knee will bend, and then it goes straight. Now, sometimes when we bend, we tend to lift that hip and just kind of notice. Do I feel like I'm rocking, or do I feel like I'm still? Could I be more still? If you'd like a little more, can that heel try to touch your butt cheek? And release. Left heel touches left hip, left butt cheek to the best of your ability, and then release. There's a bend, and then there's a straighten. A bend, and a straighten. A bend, and a straighten. And a last one over here, bend, and then a straighten. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, your armpits, and kind of push yourself up to a hands and knees. From there, take a look at my feet. I'm going to point the left foot, set it down. Pick it back up, tuck the toes. Point the right foot, set it down. Pick it back up, try to get all the toes tucked. Point, down, up, flex. Pointed foot, toe, flexed foot. Point, toes, point, toes, point, toes. If you can, end with the toes tucked. If not, you have this option. If you want to try just one, you have that option. I sit back and I come forth. I sit back and I come forth. Can all 10 of my toes, or however many toes you got, be tucked? Go back and forth. Back and forth. One more. Back, forth. Hold. From there, I let my low back arch, and then I tuck my tail. Let's even be more clear. This is the cow and the cat, right? Pretty common in movement practices, particularly yoga. We're not doing that. We're doing hips, tuck, untuck. If you imagined you had a tail coming out of your tailbone, and that tail was a pencil, you'd be drawing a line. Ceiling to floor, floor to ceiling. Ceiling to floor, floor to ceiling. Remember, we're really working through low body right now, which has a lot to do with hip joints. And then hold, and maybe you start to do a little circle. We'll explore this more throughout the month of April. Right now, I just want you to get a benchmark. Can that tailbone begin to draw a circle on the wall behind me? Without it being like a full cat, or without it being sort of like a tail wag, it's a circle. And then reverse. Then pause. Point the feet, sit back. For a lot of people, this is when it's like, nope, lost me, I don't do that. Maybe you roll up a towel or roll up your mat and stick it behind so that you only come this far. But can you get here? And then in order to come up, I got to push down. Pushing down through the feet to come up. Decelerating. And just notice, is your tailbone tucked? Is it behind you? Are you going one side or the other? Just being aware, without a right or a wrong, you're just aware. How am I moving right now? Do I like the way it feels, or do I need to make an adjustment? You can stay here, If you can tuck and go down and back up. 4, 3, 2 more. Last one. And then take a breather. What was hard for you today? What was easy? What's one thing you remember that was easy? What was one thing, and by easy I mean felt good? What was one thing that felt difficult? Practice those 2 things for the rest of the week. The thing that felt really good and the thing that was hard. For now, put your hands on your heart. Take a nice deep inhale into your own heart. Tell yourself thank you for showing up. You did a really good thing for your body. Take a look around your space. Tell your space thank you. As an active participant, you pushed against it. You looked for things. And then take a look at anyone on screen, anyone in the room with you, dogs, cats, small animals included. Tell your people thank you for being a part of your community. We thank you for being a part of ours. So stick around for any questions, and I'll see you the rest of the week and again next week for this class. Bye, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you, James. Yes, we're going to need to see Bob Ross at some point.
You will. You will. He is not here today, and you won't even recognize him. He got a haircut. He looks like a whole other dog.
Awesome. Awesome. Can't wait. Well, just wanted to make a quick announcement. I had put it in the chat that this session is a little bit different with the links for the classes. So each class has a separate link. So the emails that you've received from Western Health Advantage, there are 3 tabs in there, one for foundation, one for dynamic, and one for reset and restore. So you will need to click on each of those Zoom links to register and receive that link. And I would just recommend saving it to your calendar or wherever you save your links for quick access. In the past, we had done it where you just registered for all 3 classes in one link, but these are separate links this time. So if you have any trouble, just reach out to me, a.lowe@westernhealth.com. I'll pop it in the chat. Other than that, thank you guys so much. Kicking off our Community Fit Spring 2023. Yay. And I want to give a shout out to all those returning. I saw Stella and Dawn on here. They've been with us since the beginning. So hi, guys. All right, everyone. We'll see you on Thursday for Dynamic. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye, everyone.